This Pokemon made of purple living sludge and is one of the less popular Pokemon. Mud closely represents the blobfish with its small beady eyes, gloopy texture and lack of physical appearance, because the blobfish has been named the world's ugliest animal and will probably be forever known as that. The blobfish is very rare to find and it has only been caught a handful of times as it lives deep within the ocean. Even though mud isn't rare like the blobfish, in some of the Pokemon games, especially Pokemon Go, mud can sometimes be very difficult to find. Number 9, Mewtwo. Now, if I asked you what animal you thought Mewtwo represents, you would probably say a cat, and that's because Mew, but especially Mewtwo, was designed around the Sphinx cat, which is a furless breed of cat with long legs, pointy ears, and lack of whiskers. Even though Mewtwo is a bipedal humanoid creature, which pretty much means they walk using only 2 legs, when the Sphinx cat stands on its back feet, you can really see the resemblance between the two. Number 8, Krogan. Krogan is a dark blue poisonous creature with yellow eyes, black markings around its body, and an expandable pouch on its cheeks. With those features in mind, Krogan closely represents the poison dart frog, also known as the poison arrow frog, that is highly toxic to humans and any other animal. Now obviously Krogan is a caricature of the present of it, but nonetheless it's pretty cool that Krogan was inspired by a living creature and not some made-up character.
Meeting you is such a pleasure. While dealing with 3 of them isn't.
Number 7, Manaphy. Manaphy is a small blue and aquatic legendary Pokemon that is known for being very loving in a peaceful manner, just like its real-life counterpart, the Kaloni or Sea Angel. The fish uses its wings-like fins to gracefully swim around the ocean in the same way Manaphy does. Unlike the other Pokemon on this list, it isn't their appearance that make them so similar, but their personality and swimming style. Halfway there, and at number 6 we have Diglett. As you probably all know, Diglett is a large brown Pokemon that is always buried beneath the earth, leaving only its head visible. Its real-life counterpart is the massive Australian earthworm that is one of the largest earthworm species with an average length of 1 meter. Just like Diglett, the massive Australian earthworm spends most of its time buried within the earth while only peeking its head out every so often. Number 5, Mudkip. The axolotl, also known as the Mexican salamander or the Mexican walking fish, is the real-life creature that Mudkip was designed around. Even though it is known as a fish, surprisingly, it is actually an amphibian from the lakes of Mexico City. Mudkip looks a lot like a looking goofy face with small beady eyes, large fins, and they are also both very happy. Number 4, Pikachu. Pikachu is a loving, short and cute Pokemon. It was one of Ash Ketchum's first Pokemon and loved by many other Pokemon fans, including myself. If you've ever wondered what type it is in real life, you would probably have many guesses like myself. Well, its real-life counterpart is a mammal, but more specifically, the Pika mammal. Almost have the same name, but they also share similar personality traits. They both have high-pitched voices, are very skittish, and rarely ever travel alone. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that Pikas travel around with humans just like Pikachu does with Ash, but they do tend to hang around with their kind and have each other's backs if any of them got into trouble.
You must work for me. I need your strength.
That Scyther is really scary.
Number 3, Scyther. Scyther is an insect Pokemon with a metallic exoskeleton and wings that allow it to fly. As you can tell, Scyther was inspired by the Devil's Flower Mantis, which is one of the largest species of the praying mantis. There are many features that show the similarities of the two, including its wings, similar structure, and that they both mimic flowers. Number 2, Dialga. Dialga is one of the very first legendary Pokemon. Its blue metallic armor, white stripes, and wing-like structure makes Dialga extremely similar to the sea slug Glaucus atlanticus. Now, the Atlanticus is no legendary sea creature, but they do have a unique way of traveling through the surface tension. Apart from their look, Atlanticus and Dialga don't have too much in common, but nonetheless, it's still pretty cool. Finally, at number 1, taking the number 1 spot is the much-loved Charmander. Is definitely one of the most universally popular starting Pokemon because of its bright orange colour, cute look, and awesome flame ability. Now, Charmander closely represents the brightly coloured Eastern Newt, which surprisingly doesn't shoot flames from its tail or have any kind of extreme fighting abilities, but as you can tell, they look suspiciously similar. I wonder why that is.
Now step aside, you insolent little firebug. We haven't got time to play with you.
Team Rocket plays rough, so get moving.
Well, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, then obviously be sure to give this video a big fat thumbs up, and also do not forget to subscribe. And maybe, like I said, a real life Pikachu will be at your doorstep. Once you've left a like and subscribed to the channel, then be sure to comment saying I subscribed.